The first ever Tesla showroom has officially opened in India in Mumbai with a launch of the Model Y, a significant milestone in India's rapidly growing electric vehicle landscape. We already have so many options, and now Tesla finally has made it to India after endless delays, after endless negotiations. These were pictures from earlier today of Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis also attending the opening of the showroom. Sales will kick off with the Model Y, which is a sedan that's going to be available for customers in India. But how much will you have to pay up? And also, where else are you going to see showrooms coming up? Is it only going to be in Mumbai? Let's get you all of those details first in this report.
After years of anticipation, Elon Musk's Tesla is finally charging into India. The electric vehicle giant inaugurated its first showroom in Mumbai on Tuesday. Located in the upscale Bandra Kurla Complex, the showroom, called Tesla Experience Center, unveiled to VIPs and business partners. Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis inaugurated the showroom in Mumbai, inviting Tesla to manufacture in India.
I think this is not just inauguration of an experience center, but it is a statement that Tesla has arrived, a statement that Tesla has arrived in the right city, in the right state. That is the state of Maharashtra and the city of Mumbai, which is the entrepreneur capital of India, not just financial, commercial and entertainment capital, but also the entrepreneur capital of India.
The much anticipated Model Y will be Tesla's first offering in India. For now, the cars will be sold as fully built imports. 6 units of the electric SUV have already landed. Tesla had expressed interest in India as early as 2016. But its India plans were hampered due to import duty concerns. The debut comes exactly 5 months after Prime Minister Modi met Elon Musk and Donald Trump in the US, following which India reduced the basic custom duties on high-end cars priced above $40,000 from 110% to 70%, making the country a more attractive market for luxury EV makers. The inauguration officially marks Tesla's entry into the world's third largest car market. It comes at a time when the EV maker is grappling with declining sales in key markets like China. It is also facing issues with excess manufacturing capacity. India's EV market is still young, but with government incentives and urban interest rising, Tesla is betting big. With Dipayan Datta in Mumbai, Bureau Report, India Today.
So I'm sure there's a lot of excitement about Tesla entering India. And if you're a potential buyer looking to buy a Tesla car, what's available to you? Well, right away, it's the Y model of Tesla, and that was on display also at the Tesla showrooms. India Today's Dipayan Datta brings you this report from the newly launched Tesla showroom in Mumbai to show off some of the features of this car.
Hello, and you're joining us to welcome Tesla in India at BKC in Bombay, and behind me is their first offering, the Model Y. Now, there's a whole lot to unpack, so let's take a closer look at the Model Y and tell you what it's all about. Now, starting at the front, of course, there is a frunk underneath this. The Model Y has 2,321 liters of storage in total. For starters, of course, there is an LED DRL that runs along the side. This particular update also gets a new camera on the bumper. Now step to the side and you get a sense of that cyber design language that the Model Y is famed for. It's something that we've seen on the Model S and the Cybertruck, but it gives it a very smooth flowing silhouette. Of course, you have 19-inch wheels on the side, shod in Hankook tires. These alloys are aero-grade, which means you get an aero-grade cap on them. Of course, being a Tesla, there's a whole lot of autonomy happening, and autonomy happens with cameras as well as in the front ORVM. Now the doors are flush fit and you get frameless windows, which is a pretty cool feature. Now at the back you get a flat floor, which is something that you realize once you get into it, there is just so much legroom. There's a 7-inch screen at the back as well as individual AC vents. These seats are electrically reclining, so you can recline them from where you are. In fact, you can even recline them from the boot, which we will show you right now is quite expansive. Now, of course, on this updated model of the Model Y, you get this really cool light bar that runs across and a really expansive boot. Again, 2,130 liters of storage in total on the Model Y, which is really, really cool considering the size of this car and its relatively small footprint. We're inside the Model Y and I can tell you a few things about the design, and of course, as you can see, it's all very minimal. You have very few buttons on the dash. You have this 15-inch screen which functions as the control center and your infotainment. There are even very few buttons on the steering wheel as well. There's just a toggle here, a toggle for your voice function and controls for the lights, but that's about it. These two are wireless chargers. You get a large storage here, cup holders, and both these seats are ventilated as well. What really stands out though is how minimal this cabin is. There is a small camera on the inside that controls the driver attention system, which ensures that you have full attention while you're driving. Of course, now let me tell you a little bit about the two models on sale. Now, Tesla has launched two models, the base one starting at 60 lakh rupees, going up to 68 lakhs. Now, the difference between them, one is an all-wheel drive long range, one is a rear-wheel drive long range. One has a range of 500 kilometers, the other one has a range of 622 kilometers. Both of them have a top speed of 201 kilometers an hour, while the long range version will accelerate from 0 to 100 in 5.6 seconds. The regular base model of the Tesla Model Y will go from 0 to 100 in 5.6 seconds.
So you saw there a detailed review of the Model Y of the Tesla cars that's been put up for display there at the Tesla showroom. But let me break down for you. If you're looking to buy it, how much money will you have to shell out? Well, for those of you who don't know about Tesla cars, there are essentially four models. Model 3 is the lowest variant. Then you have Model Y, which we showed you as well, Model S, and then Model X. Now, I want you to do a comparison here. What is the price like in India? It's extremely high. For Model 3, which is the lowest variant really in the Tesla cars, it's somewhere between 70 to 80 lakh rupees that you'll have to shell out. Model Y, which is what we showed you, 85 lakhs, right up to 1 crore rupees for a sedan, slightly bigger than Model 3. Model S goes right up to 2 crore rupees, and Model X from 2 crore somewhere to 2.5 crore rupees. This is the pricing given. As of now, only Y model is available. Let me compare that to what these cars are priced like, what that looks like in America. It's slashed nearly by half. The Model 3, which I told you is somewhere between 70 to 80 lakh in India, is 32 lakhs in America if you convert the $39,000. And then Model Y is about 36 lakh. Compare here to the prices I told you in India and you will see it's just about half of that. And that's, of course, because of a whole lot of import duties and whatnot. So a similar breakdown of Model X shows you it's 62 lakh, $80,000 for Model X, which is 66 lakhs. And remember that the same Model X in India is going to cost you somewhere about 2.5 crore rupees. The same thing is 66 lakhs if you go to America, $80,000. Big difference there. Similarly, if you look at EU as well, EU has similar rates to what America is showing. So if it was 32 lakhs in America for a Model 3, it's 38 lakhs in the EU. So in the European Union, also similar prices to what it is in America. It's only in India that there's such a steep rise. And if you're wondering why that is, let's explain that as well. Why are Teslas so expensive in India? As we did a comparison, we showed you the big difference. Import duties up to 100% for foreign electric vehicles over $40,000, and that's something that Tesla falls in. It was over this essentially that you saw the biggest showdown between Elon Musk and the central government, and that's what led to the delay in Tesla actually coming into Indian markets. And that's not the only factor. There's also a GST, a goods and services tax on electric vehicles. 5% GST overshadowed by high customs duties, logistics costs. The fact that all of these cars, the shipping, the homologation adds to the price as well, because obviously Tesla will not want to absorb that price and moves to the consumer. No local production. Obviously, the answer to all of this is to ensure that Tesla makes in India, because then your costs will come down. So localization is key to competitive pricing. Right now, if you look at it, the rates that we told you about, you can get, of course, countless EV options in India for the same price with a lot more features, perhaps a lot bigger as well. So for Tesla to actually make a mark is going to be challenging because of the kind of pricing that they're putting out. But like I said, they don't really have an option right now because of import duties. The only way they can actually compete and actively at that in the Indian market is to ensure they make in India. They're moving towards that. That's what will help in bringing the prices down. And once that happens, then they could be a competitive force. For now, of course, I'm sure it's because it's almost a style statement, a trend, and there's so much curiosity over it that you could still see Tesla doing well. But mind you, as much as there's been a lot of talk about how this is a game changer for India's EV market, let's face it, Tesla is in trouble. Sales have been slumping, profits are plunging, Elon Musk's global clout fading. As rivals close in and markets are tightening, all eyes are now on India. Tesla is counting on going ahead and getting a second wind, courtesy Indian business.
Times are tough for Elon Musk. He's no longer the influencer-in-chief for the world's most powerful man.
I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
And Tesla is losing momentum in the fiercely competitive electric vehicle market. Tesla's sales are in a deep slump. The EV pioneer is in the middle of one of its worst streaks, with global sales dropping 13.5% in the April-June quarter after a 13% decline the previous quarter. Rivals from General Motors to China's BYD are rolling out high-tech, cheaper alternatives and rapidly eating into Tesla's market share. Profits plunged 71% in the January-March quarter, and analysts now predict a further 20% dip when Tesla reports its April-June results on July 23. Meanwhile, a public fallout with Donald Trump is eroding Musk's geopolitical clout, particularly in Beijing. The US is preparing to scale back EV tax subsidies, while China is tightening exports of rare earth minerals crucial for EV manufacturing. Add to that, Trump-era tariffs are complicating Tesla's supply chains, which rely heavily on Canada and Mexico. Consumer sentiment is also shifting back toward traditional petrol and diesel cars. Tesla stock is down more than 16% this year, and investors are demanding answers.
Then the board 2 and 3, they need to ultimately make sure that there's oversight politically, to make sure if any political activities interfere with CEO, that could restrict some of his compensation. And also his time spent at Tesla. A lot of moving parts here. Tesla needs Musk, and it's very important that he spends his time being CEO of Tesla.
For Elon Musk and Tesla, India is the new frontier. The company has tried to enter the Indian market since 2016, but was held back by high import duties and India's Make in India push.
चाइना में बनाकर हिंदुस्तान में बेचने वाला काम मत करो. हिंदुस्तान में आओ, हमको मदद करते हैं, यहाँ हमारे वेंडर्स हैं, हमारे यहाँ बनाओ, हमारे यहाँ बेचो, हमारे यहाँ से एक्सपोर्ट करो.
Now, with a 60 lakh rupees Tesla Model Y, the company's India debut may not be about immediate sales, but the long-term strategy is clear. India is now the world's third largest automobile market, brimming with potential customers. Electric vehicles made up just 2.5% of car sales in 2024, but the Indian government is aiming to push that figure to 30% in 5 years, with strong incentives for clean energy adoption. India's luxury EV market is expanding rapidly, giving Tesla a chance to dominate early adopters in this niche segment. And with its strategic location and rising industrial capacity, India could also become a hub for Tesla's future manufacturing and exports across Asia and beyond. While India has opened its doors to EV makers under a liberalized EV policy, Tesla hasn't committed to manufacturing yet. Reports suggest it's still testing the waters with its showrooms, likely waiting to assess demand before making a big bet on building locally. Bureau Report, Business Today TV.
So as you saw in that report, Tesla is clearly counting on India to do well, to boost their sales. But is that a sure shot guarantee? Is it going to be a mega hit in India? The reality is that Tesla is late to really the EV party in India, because we've already seen a surge in EV options for consumers, particularly in Indian cities. If you look at Tesla's competitors alone in India, there are so many brands. BYD came in a few years ago, has started off with a bang. You'll see so many BYDs in any of the Indian cities right now. Tata Motors has gone the electric way, has many options available for consumers. MG Motor too. A lot of their cars are electric. They've provided a whole bunch of options for consumers, knowing that this is a market that's booming currently in India. You have also, of course, the Indian-grown Mahindra, which is also looking electric right now. They've come up with an array of electric cars. Even luxury segment, you have BMW, Mercedes, all of them have come out with electric vehicles, and finally Hyundai too. So there's a whole bunch of options available. And the challenge really for Tesla is the fact that each of these companies have EVs with as much of tech-loaded features and yet much cheaper. Take a look at this. The Tata Nexon, for example, electric vehicle, its price starts at 12.49 lakh rupees. Compare this to the Tesla Model S, the first of all their cars, and that starts at 70 lakhs. And you can't even compare the sizing of a Tesla Model 3 with a Tata Nexon. Tata Punch EV price starting at 9.99 lakh rupees. These cars have been doing well because they've also ensured they're affordable for consumers, for middle class families. The Mahindra XUV 400 price starts at 15.49 lakh rupees, but the XUV 400 and many other electric options are available from Mahindra as well. The BYD, slightly more expensive, but the BYD Seals price also starts at 41 lakhs. Even when it's considered to be slightly pricier than the others in a segment, it's still much cheaper than a Tesla, which, like I said, starts at 70 to 80 lakh rupees for the base variant. MG Windsor, a very popular car right now, the EV price starts at 12 lakh rupees. So it's an affordable option for many. That's why it's being chosen also among all of the electric vehicles available. So for Tesla, it is going to be a huge challenge to really stand out when their pricing is so high. For people to actually invest in a Tesla car, it has to be worth it. And with so many options already flooding the Indian EV market, there's a big question mark on whether Tesla will actually be successful. But this is almost in a way an experiment that Tesla is doing to see in their showrooms if there is demand for Tesla cars. Then they'll take steps like ensuring Making in India happens. They first want to see if there's demand. But it's taken quite some time for Tesla to get here, perhaps a little too late, because a few years ago when there was that boom of EVs, if Tesla had gotten in, maybe they stood a chance because there wasn't as much competition. There's a reason Tesla hasn't been able to break in for so many years. There have been non-stop delays because of tariff roadblocks. Diplomatic breakthroughs have finally ensured that Elon Musk's EV giant is now in India, and so they're eyeing India as their next big frontier.
After years of anticipation, policy hurdles and speculation, Tesla is finally launched in India. The electric vehicle giant opened its first showroom in Mumbai's Bandra Kurla Complex on Tuesday. Tesla's India journey began in 2016 with Model 3 pre-orders. But plans fizzled out and the bookings were refunded. In 2021, Tesla registered its Indian subsidiary in Bengaluru. However, Elon Musk soon began publicly criticizing India's import duties on automobiles, calling them among the highest in the world and a major reason for Tesla's hesitation to enter the Indian market. India used to levy up to 100% duty on imported cars, making Tesla models twice as expensive. The Narendra Modi government also insisted Tesla must commit to local manufacturing first.
चाइना में बनाकर हिंदुस्तान में बेचने वाला काम मत करो। हिंदुस्तान में आओ, हमको मदद करते हैं, यहाँ हमारे वेंडर्स हैं, हमारे यहाँ बनाओ, हमारे यहाँ बेचो, हमारे यहाँ से एक्सपोर्ट करो.
Meanwhile, Tesla vehicles faced further delays due to India's mandatory homologation process, which certifies vehicles for local roads and meeting Indian safety standards. Momentum came after Prime Minister Narendra Modi met Elon Musk in New York in 2023 and again virtually in 2024.
I'm confident that Tesla will win India and will do so as soon as humanly possible. I'd like to thank the Prime Minister for his support, and hopefully we'll be able to announce something in the not-too-distant future. It's quite likely that there will be a significant investment and relationship with India in the future.
In March 2024, India introduced a new electric vehicle policy, slashing import duties to 15% for companies pledging future investment. Tesla responded swiftly by hiring teams, leasing showrooms, and importing the first batch of Model Y cars. And now, Tesla will finally be seen on Indian roads, with Delhi likely to get the next showroom. Bureau Report, India Today.
So we'll know in the coming months if Tesla is a success, a hit or not, based on how many Teslas you see around you in your city on the roads. That's all we have time for in this edition of NewsTrack. Thanks very much for tuning in.